Welcome back to Precast Chalk Talk, everyone. My name's Hagen, and today, love this day, get a chance to talk to some college students, summer workers, interns working here at Mid-States. I've got 5 of them with us behind me, over here, over my shoulder. We've got a 6th one that we're going to talk to as well. He's just not here at the moment. But really excited to hear from these guys and what's life like at 20, 19, I don't know, 21, 22. I can remember those days, and I wasn't being interviewed like this, so I'm pretty jazzed up about finding out what's going on in these guys' life. Let's go meet them. Come on. So I got Nick. Hey, Nick.
Hey.
How are you? Ethan. And I got Jack. Got Jack here. Daniel. And last but not least, Zach. All right. So multiple disciplines here, but primarily focused either on our safety part of our business or on the industrial engineering side of our business.
All right, I am a senior at UW-Platteville studying industrial engineering with a minor in drafting.
Fantastic.
I'm a senior at UW-Stout studying mechanical engineering.
I'm a senior at UW-Whitewater studying occupational health and safety.
Fantastic. Welcome.
I'm a junior at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. I'm studying mechanical engineering with a minor in computer science.
And this is Zach.
Yep, so I am also a senior at UW-Whitewater, and I'm also studying occupational safety and health.
We have a great season of opportunities for growth here at Mid-States. I mean, summer work is supposed to be fun, and the neat thing about this group is that they're getting to do things in their area of study. So we're going to dive in a little bit more on that and talk to them about what they're doing. So Jack's working on a confined space plan. So first of all, what's confined space?
It's any sort of space you have to go into where you should be tied off in some sort of way. There's some that are permit required. This is actually one that is. So we're kind of trying to figure out a nice anchor point for them to be able to be tied off to, in a way where you can't tie off to some of the railings because they can't hold enough weight.
So it's one way to define it is there's a way in, but there's not necessarily a safe way out.
Yeah, not a perfect way out. You kind of have to, like in this one specifically, they got to put a ladder in. And at first they weren't actually having a specific plan, or they only had anchor points in some specific spots because maintenance has to get in there to do some welding. So,
there you go. I was wondering why you'd have to go in that.
Yeah, that's the main reason. So we're looking at some fireproof or burn-proof harnesses, and she worked with some of the engineer guys, and we're going to install a beam up there for an anchor point. And then once I get all that, we're going to write a general confined space rescue plan, getting the rescue team together, getting a code red together and stuff like that, and then we'll go through all the permit required ones and write a specific one for those too, because those ones are a little different.
We're at the top of our aggregate bins, and we're going to take a look down inside these aggregate bins.
Okay, so right now we don't really have, the only one we have anchor points for is bin 4, because you can't anchor to these because the railings, because they can't hold enough weight. We were thinking about possibly doing it on these I-beams up here, but then we'd have to get like 7 trolleys. So I partnered up with engineering, had Ethan come up, and we're looking at installing some beams on the columns, and then a beam that goes across with a trolley so that they can hook up one of our SRLs.
Great.
Every time they go down, they'll bring the ladder down, and they'll be hooked up the whole time they're going down when maintenance is going down to weld. And
so take a look down inside one of the bins. So you can see they're probably going to have to drop down, what, 15, 20 feet?
Yeah, 15, 20 feet for sure, yeah.
Ethan, what are your thoughts about how this is going to work? What are you looking
So
at?
all of these upright columns that hold the building up, we're going to do a beam below this one that goes across.
Okay.
And then each one of these columns is going to get a beam. And then one long beam that runs all the way down the length of all the aggregate bins.
Okay.
And then you can have tie-off points on that beam that goes down the length.
Yeah.
And we're also looking at a second beam that goes down the length of it to carry loads.
Yeah.
And actually lower things down into the bin.
So if you've got a beam, the beam obviously has to be centered over these bins.
Enough to the point where there's no swing hazard.